Okay, so this is session 25. Short recap from our last session. In the last session, Tiki shared with the group details about a dream he had where Roland's a former guy that with the group early on, was a warlock. He visited Tiki in his dream and gave some kind of a weird message, basically that the goddess Maliki and Mistra would not forsake him. Babbled on something about how he needed to get rid of flesh and bone in order to embrace the magic. So basically, just don't worry that these two will take care of him. The session previous, it's important, as Tika already mentioned, Tika did lose an arm during a battle with a wizard. She bombarded him and half of her grunts with several fireballs, and Tika fell and actually had a part of his arm blown off. Since then, oh, we'll talk about that. That's what happened in the last session. So, uh, Kaya, that's the missing acolyte that they all saved in the session prior to, she introduced them to Vindad, the town smithy within Injast. And Vindad provided several types of these prosthetic arms basically to Tiga. That's one of her specials she did for some of the town folk within the town. Tiga chose one that allowed him to mechanically attach a tool or a weapon to the end of it. I think right now Tiga has just his bow attached to it. Vindad also shared that she was born with no fingers. That's what kind of prompted her to do this whole prosthetic thing for the poor and downtrodden. And she also told a story about how her adopted grandmother used the roots of a Wycloran bloodroot tree to replace her missing digits, or her fingers. And she eventually showed that to the group as well. She'd been keeping that as a secret within Injast, only shared her secret with Kaya up to this point. But she also decided to share it with Tiki because she too had a vision from Maliki as well that she would meet Tigid. And she's the one that gave Tigid the idea about this bloodroot potentially to replace his arm. That's what she saw in her vision, that Tigid's arm was replaced by these bloodroots. No one really knew exactly where these bloodroot trees could be at. So Kaya mentioned to the group that there's a professor at the Hall of Scholars within Injast named Usul that may know a little bit more about this tree. So the group all headed over there, and that's where they introduced to Usul. Usul was also looking for some kind of a rare and special tree for him to take back to his master, his school. I forget which one it was, but they basically agreed to join forces in the journey to the north to see if they can help each other look for this bloodroot tree. While at the university, Kirill stayed behind. He was doing some research, trying to find some information about his parents. Kirill was given up to a monastery when he was just a baby, so he's been trying to find more clues and information about his parents since then. Kaya went back to her shop. She started working on the transmuter stones for you guys. She said you should have those done by the time you guys get back from the Ice Rim Mountains. Moral went into town and got a bunch of food for everybody. Tried to find all kinds of jerky, as I recall, right?
Yeah.
Jerky, more like just trying to get really deep ingredients to make food.
Right. So the rest of the group went back to the Highborn Inn, and that's where the Jodel finally showed back up. Jodel is the druid that's been kind of leading these guys on their quest to find the ingredients or the components to make the gem core extractor, which is needed to basically remove a part of the spawning stone so they can rebuild the lost talisman of Talum. This talisman is supposedly going to be able to close down or shut down the portals that the Slotty are using to raid the material plane at this point. Um, they asked Jodel about the bloodroot trees. He didn't know a whole lot, but he was going to go back and ask the Druid Council if they knew more. Jodel also provided them with 4 more return potions that he got from Nimba, one of their little gnome friends that they've traveled with in the past while he was in Mucklestone. He also informed them of another component, the gem core extractor, that the gnome tinkerers discovered. Yeah, it was called a Shadow Master necklace, also known as a Shadow Master choker. Um, he said he would next be traveling to Telflam, the city of the Shadow Masters, and seek the council with the Shadow Masters, see if they would provide one of these necklaces or chokers for their quest. Tigid, now one-armed, he gave Jodel his secret Shadow Master bracers and asked him to give them to the Shadow Master to see if that would help them to make a trade, so to speak. Jodo agreed this might work, and I agreed to go ahead and take it from Teague, as Teague didn't really need him anymore anyway. He's only got one arm left. At that point, the party said goodbyes. Jodell disappeared into the night once more as a raven. 1 second, guys. My wife is standing here. Right now. Well, tell me what it is, and I'll take care of it later. I can't stop right now where I am. I'm sorry. All right, guys, I'm back. Okay, the next morning, they headed down to the sewers. That's the route that Indon, their guide, was going to take them through. The sewers and then through the cavern up to the Ice Rim Mountains to avoid the roads to the north where there's supposedly a white dragon out looking for the killers of her babies, which happens to be what Dirk, he's not here tonight, is the culprit behind that. Went to the sewers. They're down for about 4 hours, kind of weaving in and out all the muck and the gross and everything that's down in the sewers. And they encountered a little pod of yellow ochre jellies. Long and drawn out battle. I think there was like majority of them were all split in half or quarters or an eighth by Moral. But in the end, they finally were able to subdue all of them, and no one fell. At this point, Moral still has his light cast upon his great axe. Usul is called upon a magical bear to aid him, and Indon is still urging them to on the vast, dark, stank sewers of Ingest. And you guys,
Teague is a bear.
Oh yeah, Teague is a bear. Sorry, I thought he pulled something out of his bag of tricks. Was that you, or was that Usul did that?
No, he did too.
That's me, Usul.
Too many damn bears. Okay, so Teague changed himself into a bear as well. And it is currently around 2 o'clock, you think, because you're in the dark. The map you see in front of you, Kale, is the entire map of where we are. So, quick recap there. The group pretty much started over here in Helgabal, and they made their way over to, I guess, through the Giant Spire Mountains. That's where they met with Porto, since left the party, or Stinson in jail, I should say, into Giad, and then on to Ingest right here. And that's where they're currently located in the sewers within Ingest. So now I'll change the map back to the sewers where you guys left off. Alright, Kale, you may need to zoom out. This is a pretty big map over here. And off to the right, just a little bit toward the top, is where the entire party is. I need to drag Blockward over there. Or I guess technically you can. Can you grab your icon and pull him on over there?
Not yet, because everything's still black for me.
You may need to zoom out a bit, Kale.
Found it. So where do you want me to drag it?
Well, if you just have him go straight off to the, I guess the east there, you'll see a corridor as you drag him through there. I should have dynamic lighting working now.
Yes, was great.
Would you like me to go right? You said?
Yeah, just stick him like somewhere in the middle. That'd be fine for now. All right, that'll work. Oh yeah, Teague, we didn't change your icon. You kept yourself as your human self.
Yeah.
That's what threw me off. All right, so where we left off, I don't think you guys. This basically just ended the battle, and that was it. There was no investigation. There was no looking around. That was it. So we're gonna basically pick up.
Yeah.
So this room is basically littered with little piles of yellow pus that's now stopped moving. There's quite a big pile over here towards the western opening over here. And Don has been directing you guys to keep going this direction. And this is the direction where you guys came from. So this is you. What would you guys like to do from here?
Teague just kind of looks around in bear form. He's refusing to shift back for some reason.
I'm going to clean up some of these jellies just so I can clean up this area here a little bit, if you guys are okay with that.
That's fine.
right, that's good enough. All right, so Indon.
We certainly got out of that sticky situation.
Yeah, with our moral support, right?
You know it.
All right, Indon's going to kind of just look around nervously a little bit and say to you guys that was close, but that was awesome. I've never seen such a fight like that. But we're almost to the.
Well, of course, Nindon. Of course, Nindon. I mean, I am a knight of Lathander, a holy knight of Lathander.
It's like yeah.
We're usually as amazing as I've just demonstrated.
Tigid walks over and just kind of shoves out of the way and as a bear and just points with his nose toward the exit.
Indon will kind of notice the bear looking that direction and says, "Wow, he must been through here before." I don't know, but yeah, that's the direction we go. There should be a drainage gate not too far up here that we'll have to go down into.
I don't know. I kind of prefer if you tread a little more carefully. We almost got surprised and surrounded.
So you saw me pointing at him, right? And I was trying to keep you guys quiet to go behind me, but those things have, I think they have dark vision, dark sense. I mean, they can see or feel you through the walls, I believe.
Wait a minute. So you knowingly led us into a room full of slimes?
I told you this wasn't going to be an easy route. But I also, when I came in this room, I pointed over there to show you guys what I saw. I had no idea there were ones behind us in the wall.
Alrighty then. Tell me, what else lurks in these horrible sewers, or whatever it is they are?
It's like, what doesn't live in the sewers? I mean, there's been known to be goblins through here. If we go deep enough, I'm sure there might be some drow, or I don't know, whatever else lives down in underground like this. But I don't know exactly what's down there. I just know it's not the safest place to be. But again,
let's just make it out of here.
This is one of the regular trade routes, so I kind of expected to be a little bit more clear than this.
Yes. Let's just make it out of here in one piece.
All right, so everybody in the center of the room. Right now, that's Usul and Blockvard. Give me a perception check, please. All right, Usul. You notice as Blockvard is just kind of wandering around looking at his navel. Doesn't really notice anything at this point. But Usul, you notice that you see 3 humanoid corpses over towards the back wall over here. Where's my mouse? And you also notice that up against the wall over here, underneath some of the rubble, you can see what appears to be a boot or a shoe sticking out from one corner.
Guys, what's taking you? Why have you stopped? We're moving forward.
How much time do I have left on my spell there?
You tell me. How long is that supposed to last? It was out of a bag of tricks, is that right?
No, I can't recall what it was, but
yeah, it's a bag of tricks. I'm looking up right now.
Yeah, but I also had a flaming spear going that I had sent off to the I'd sent off in this direction.
Yeah, that's why I put right here. This little info button right there is going to be your sphere. I'm going to rule, without actually looking it up, I'm going to rule it's going to last a few more minutes. So basically like 10 rounds if you do something, but a few more minutes is what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so you noticed all those three bodies to the north, and the shoe or the boot sticking out from underneath a pile of rubble to the south, in this room you're standing in right now. Do you share that information, or are you keeping that to yourself?
Oh, definitely share it. Right. Yeah, I'll point out to everyone, look, there are dead bodies.
Where?
Bob wanders over.
Dead bodies, where?
Can I move my flaming sphere over there?
Sure, that's fine.
Sure, it's fine.
You should have control of it.
Oh, these poor souls.
All right, Moral.
Oh,
From your
Lathander.
standpoint, where you're standing there now, you can get a better look of what's actually over there. And again, it is three humanoid corpses, but their flesh is completely gone. They're nothing but bones and what's left of their clothing, their armor. So a few sacks you can see strewn about near the bodies as well.
These poor souls have fallen victim to these slimes. I'm glad that we ended their short reign of terror.
Slime victims or Indon victims?
Hey now, I'm not in that kind of business.
Ha! Nice one.
I'm starting to feel like you guys don't trust me.
Well, you are leading us into dangerous mosh pits of dangerous creatures. I mean, the sewers are only filled with rats and other monstrosities.
Hey, if you want to go back and go the route where the white dragon is, go ahead. I still feel this is a safer route.
Personally, I prefer the dragon. It's kind of smelly in here.
All right, so you do anything with the bodies? You just gonna pointing out that they're nasty and they're smelly, or are you doing anything with them?
Oh, Moral's going to perform rituals that clerics of Lathander do, just to make sure that like the deceased have a safe guide, and that Lathander can safely guide their spirits to the afterlife.
All right, that'll take you several moments or minutes to perform that, and you as a cleric of Lathander, you also know that most of the time their rites of passage, I guess so to speak, into the afterlife usually occur at dawn. All right, what's everybody else doing while Moral's doing his little cleric thing over here?
Can I just ask a question? Bokvad, what's his relationship with the rest of the party? Does he feel more strongly about other members?
I'd say he's probably a little bit more friendly with Tegid than anybody else in this group right now. He's been with the party quite a bit, and Tegid's more of a what do you call it? Outsider, not an outsider, hermit, a loner. Likes to be out in the woods, and that's how Boakvard as well.
Hate cities.
Boakvard has been kind of antisocial up to this point, but when he does talk, he tends to he's got pretty good intimidation checks. So that kind of tells you what kind of a guy he is. The rest of the group he's still fairly new with, so he'd probably not be as buddy-buddy with them just yet.
Alright, thank you.
Is there anything of worth on those bodies?
I don't know, you gonna go check?
Yeah, I might as well. While he's given rights.
Alright, go ahead and move your icon over there. All right, so you start looking through the what's left of the bodies. Again, it's nothing but bones at this point. All the flesh is completely gone. There's no skin. There's no hair. I mean, nothing. So these bodies have obviously been here for a while. But across the bodies, you find different kinds of armor. There's leather armor. Let me just put this in the chat because if I start reading this off, you guys may be asking, "What do you want?"
What do you want?
Tegan and Storm have kind of sat down by Endon, just waiting. Tegan's still the bear.
All right, there, I posted it in chat. So you got leather armor, studded leather armor, breastplate on the 3 dead bodies. One of them also has a wooden shield. It's got quite a bit, appears to be some kind of acid damage, so the AC is not quite as good as a normal shield. Spear, hand axe, a dagger, scimitar. Find a potion of climbing, potion of healing, and also another scroll.
All right, I'm going to grab those potions and the scroll, and at that point, I'll let everybody know that what's over there. And who's our? Do we have a wizard in the group?
Dirk
Not
is the
really.
resident wizard. He's more of a sorcerer. Now you also find 3 sacks near the bodies as well. Again, one of them has it's what appears to be wet and moldy tobacco. Again, it's been there for a really long time. A large sack of varying quality of jewelry, rings, necklaces, some costume jewelry, some more precious, and one large sack of what you can pertain to be fine satin, but it's now been discolored and soiled. It's pretty worthless as is right now. You'd have to get it clean to give it any kind of a value at this point.
Okay, I'll grab that jewelry as well. And Dirk's not playing right now, correct?
Nope, he's not here.
Okay. I guess when he gets back, I'll give him the scroll to see what he can make of it.
Well, you're a spellcaster. You can try yourself to discern that as well.
Okay, I'll take a look at it then.
Give me an Arcana check. You think it's a scroll to create a floating toothbrush.
What?
All right then.
I'm sure
I'll
that'll
just
come in
hold
handy
on to
down the
those.
sewer.
Yeah, I'll just hold on to those, and perhaps when Dirk gets back, I can see if he can better figure it out.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is it that you're trying to figure out? You know, I'm a holy knight of Lathander. I am pretty good at deciphering certain texts.
What, you're a level 1 cleric? Is that right?
They don't need to know that.
I need to know that. So you can take a look at it if you want, Moral.
No, alright. So I roll for Arcana?
Yeah, go ahead.
Here comes a good old-fashioned moral support. Does he get it?
No, you don't think it's
Or
you
toothbrush.
don't think it has anything to do with brushing someone's teeth. You think it's some kind of a spell to automatically like cleanse someone, like prestidigitation.
Well, it seems like it's a scroll that does something. A little bit. Can't really make out some of the text, but I can probably guess that it's some form of basic magic.
All right. So is someone keeping track of the loot there? What you guys are keeping or not keeping? Does anybody want any of that stuff? If so, either add it to your character sheet or add it to the party loot.
I'll drop it in party loot.
All right. So Endown will kind of walk up and take a look at some of the stuff. Kind of looks at the leather armor, the studded leather armor. Kind of eyes over the 2 potions of healing. Says, "Okay, who's getting those?"
They don't need it any longer.
Well, I know they don't. I'm telling you, which one of us gets those potions of healing?
I already collected those.
He's like,
Oh,
"Oh."
well, potion can't be collected.
Says, "Oh, okay. So the druid gets them. Okay, that makes sense." Kind of rolls his eyes and walks back over towards Tegid, or by the black bear. Starts kind of rubbing the back of his ears a little bit.
Tigid snaps at his fingers.
Hey now, come on now. I helped you. Well, I didn't really help. All right, so at this point, your little sphere thing is going to start to fade from its brightness, Usul.
Okay.
All right, what are you guys doing from here?
Well, Moral's gonna continue on. So he's gonna stay by the entrance here.
The bear literally starts shoving Endon toward the entrance or the exit.
And Don's like, all right. I guess you guys don't want anything about that boot over there. He kind of points over here.
Oh, there's a boot. Whoa, boots. I'm pretty sure we all have them on our feet right now. Who here needs a boot? Oh wait, Tegid, you're a bear right now. Wait, does Tegid have boots? Is he in bear form, and does he have boots?
No, all of his clothing was absorbed in his bear form.
All right, so
And normally he wears high moccasins.
all right, so you guys are urging Endon on.
Take it is.
Moral stops. Moral stops after someone mentions boots, and he goes back here. What's so special about these boots?
As you get a little bit closer, you see it's not just a boot. It's actually connected to something, and buried underneath all that rubble is some kind of humanoid form as well. But you'd have to actually unbury it to figure out anything more.
Oh gosh, another poor soul. Wait, I'm gonna have to dig him out?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing sticking out right now is his foot and the boot. Everything else, from what you can tell, there's a leg that goes further into the rubble underneath it.
Well, it's not fair for me to leave this poor soul here. So yeah, Moral's gonna dig him out. Hey, is anyone gonna help me pull this lost soul?
Borkvard kind of walks over and starts to help you dig him out.
All right, go ahead and move your icons over there, your tokens.
Tegan sits down heavily on the floor.
That's where the body is, where I just clicked there. Alright, so you guys can take several minutes removing some small, some rather large boulders. But as you start getting deeper into it, closer to revealing the body, you can see that this humanoid form, whatever it was, has been basically crushed by all this rubble on top of him. But ironically, his body is also nothing but a skeleton. I mean, no flesh, no signs of flesh. Nothing. Just nothing but bones and whatever he was wearing on him. You can see he's got some pretty battered up, pretty bad chainmail. He's got a broken short sword kind of laying near him underneath all the rubble. Also got a broken short bow and a large jug. And you're kind of astonished the fact that it's not broken, with multiple corked spouts all about it. And Don will holler, "What'd you guys find over there? What is that?"
Bogvard says nothing and joins the remainder of the party.
He does what to the remainder of the body?
He rejoins the remainder of the party.
Oh, of the party. Okay, sorry. All right, Mora, what you doing?
I've got a cold at the moment.
No, you're fine.
Well, Moral's going to perform the rite
Oh, you're gonna do the same thing.
just to make sure that. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so that's gonna be 7 more minutes, and I imagine the black bear is gonna keep nudging Indon further on, and Indon.
Yeah, Tia keeps pushing Indon.
Indon's like, okay, I get the message, but we need to stay together, right? Moral, are you gonna take all day?
Sorry, what?
So you gonna take all day, Moral? We need to get going. We can't keep sticking around here and praying over all these dead bodies. No one's prayed over them for at least, I don't know, 10, 20 years from the look of them. I don't think now's gonna make a difference.
I'm a cleric of Lathander. By right, I must send these poor souls to the afterlife properly.
Indon kind of pops off his goggles and starts kind of wiping them down a little bit as he's rolling his eyes and kind of doing a little tisk tisk thing, like tapping his foot. Like, come on, let's go.
I cannot simply just leave these poor bodies. These are once people, noble people, possibly, perhaps, or just average folk. It matters not in the eyes of Lathander. I can't just leave them be like this, in their decrepit, sorry, pitiful state.
It's like, okay, whatever. Just get this bear off my butt then.
Yes, I'm almost done.
All right, so let's go on for 7 more minutes. Indon will finish kind of polishing up his goggles and put them back over his head. He's not really wearing them, just kind of keeping them on his head at this point. And keeping his hood kind of tight to his head. And once you're done, Moral, he'll direct you guys further, deeper into this corridor here.
How long is the flaming spear going to last?
What's
It's
gone?
already gone.
So what light do we have?
Moral had...
Only the light that is emanating from Moral's great axe.
Okay, that's right. Thank you. I had forgotten.
Are you seeing more light than that?
No, I'm not. That was the point I was about to make.
Okay, all right. All right, so Indon...
Because Tiga can't see in the dark even as a bear.
Yeah, Indon's looking out that way. He says, yeah, it's just beyond this corridor here. I can see the drain from here, where we got to drop down into. Come on, Moral.
Yes, I'm coming.
These guys need to see, I do believe. I don't have that problem, but your human friends do. Alright, so this chamber opens up into, again, another large one. You can see 5 columns kind of holding up the ceiling. Along the, once you guys get far enough in here, I don't know if you'll see it or not, Indon sees it, but he points over in this direction here at a large grate in the floor. He says that's the route they need to take next. They'll have to pick up that gate and drop down into there, and that'll take you further into the caverns. And not much further along this path, he said there'd be a couple more dry spots where they can get out of this muck. Within this room, it's probably about 4 or 5 inches deep. So pretty much, if you got short shoes, it's pretty much over your shoes. To the south, you can see like more of the muck, and it kind of slopes downward in this corridor to the south. But you can still see a slow, steady pace of the muck kind of falling down into this large drake here. And I need Usul and Bakvar to give me a perception check, please.
Why only Asul and Bakward?
Because they have dark vision.
Ooh, I see.
Alright, Usul, I'm not sure exactly how far your eyesight is, but you seem to notice some kind of a movement further down inside this corridor here. You're not quite able to make out what it is. All you know is you saw something moving down there.
What direction?
To the south of you, down the south corridor.
Okay, I'll point that out to everyone and also send my bear in that direction.
Your bear can't see any further than Moral's light. So make sure you're aware of that. Alright, so you sure?
There's some movement down to the south of us.
And we'll kind of take a couple steps down here a little bit. And you see him kind of peer into the corridor down there a little bit. He's like, what'd you see? I saw it looks like a body. And, oh shit, it's moving. It's moving away from us, but it's laying down. Like it's being,
Wait,
like it's being,
moving
like it's
away
being
from
dragged.
us? Being dragged? By what?
I can't see.
You can't see.
I can't see that far. It's not out of my eyesight, but I saw something being dragged. I thought it was a body. I could be wrong.
Did it look like a person? Is an innocent human being currently being dragged by another monstrosity?
I don't know. I just saw what I thought looked like a body, and like it was being dragged by something, but I couldn't tell by what.
Ah! Moral charges.
You charge? No, he said the body's down here, in this corridor, not in the drain.
Oh.
Yeah, Endon points down to the south corridor.
Okay.
Alright, so Moral's charging. Is anyone else going to follow him? Okay, stop. Go back where you were, Moral. I gotta first find out if anyone's going to follow you or not, if you're just going to run down there like a crazy maniac by yourself.
Bakvad
I'll
will
have
just
my
meagerly
bear
walk.
follow.
Alright, if you're following,
Moral,
get behind him.
Does Moral have light?
Yes.
Moral is the light.
Moral is the light.
Oh, great. Don't tell him that. Alright, so Moral, don't go any further. If that's as far as anyone else is going, that's fine. Moral, obviously, from that standpoint...
Tegan and Storm are staying still.
Okay. More you can see from this standpoint that there is a dead body right here kind of floating in the muck. Again, you're going down a slope, so it's getting deeper as the further you go in here. But this is a dead body kind of floating on top of the muck at this point. And then you see some kind of like a yellow something reach around the corner, grab the body, and kind of drag it around this corner here as well.
Drop whatever it is, you creature.
And you get no response.
I say drop, I say. And he presses on forward.
Okay, right about there, it's getting into where it's about shin height, almost to your knees of the muck at that point. And stop right there. Is anyone,
Oh, wait, what?
Is anyone else going to follow him further in there? Bakvar and the black bear?
Bakvad's just going to go from the top of the slope.
Alright, Endon's just going to kind of come a little bit closer just so you can kind of see, but he's not going there and says, guys, I wouldn't split up. Alright, Moral. You gonna go further?
Curses! There's a thing! A creature! Probably has a innocent human being! Or elf, elven, elvish, dwarvish being! Or some other type of innocent person. We can't just let it drag it away.
Why should we for such human?
You don't know if it's human. Could be, what race are you?
He's a half orc.
Half-orc.
It could be another orc, for all you know.
I care nothing for orc either.
Do you not care for the living?
I care for myself.
Sheesh. Well, good to know. I won't put my faith in you to watch my back.
Alright, you're still getting no response from anything inside there. You can't see anything from this point.
Damn it!
Again, you're getting close to about knee height in the muck right here.
What are you all waiting for?
I don't know. That's a good question. Are you just gonna stand there waiting for him?
Borkvad just turns around and walks back.
Alright, but as Blockfar turns around and makes a walk back towards the back, I need Moral and the Black Bear both make me a dex save.
A dex save? Okay.
Correct. Because as you start walking back, you kind of peer up to the ceiling, kind of glance up there, and you almost see like a flicker of a little bit of yellow that escapes back up into one of the larger cracks in the ceiling. The entire ceiling starts to kind of crumble, and the ceiling just drops right over the top of the bear and on the edge of you as well. Usul, can you make a dex save for your bear, please?
Trying to figure out what my dex mod is on that.
I think I gave you the beast form of Usul, the, was it brown bear?
Yeah, I think it was a brown bear. No dex mod, so it's just a roll d20. So I'll get that here.
So wait, what's the DC?
I didn't say it.
We wouldn't know. How would we know that?
AC is 11.
Right, but he still has to roll his... Okay, so he rolled a 7. Alright, so the bear takes 19 bludgeoning damage and is pinned underneath all this this rubble here. Moral, you take half damage. So you'll take 9 damage, bludgeoning damage, and you're able to avoid getting crushed by this. And the entire corridor is basically filled with boulders, 10 by 10, all the way to the ceiling of this.
Wait, do I make it out on the other side?
You're right there where you are. You can't get all the way through that. Your dex save would have been just to the nearest side to avoid it.
And you're saying I only take 9 damage.
Correct.
At 19 hit points, the bear has passed.
And now everybody needs to roll initiative. Everybody in there?
Yep. Did,
All right, I get advantage on initiative those
Yep, go ahead.
because of my. All right.
And so does Bard, I believe.
All right, well, are you going to modify yours, or do you need me to your 13? So I don't see yours in there. Did you click on your token?
you don't see mine at all?
Yeah, let me refresh it.
I don't see it either. I see his roll.
Yeah, I saw his roll. I just don't see it in the turn order.
The message says we wanted to send the result of this roll to the turn tracker, but no valid token was selected.
Right, you got to click on your token first before you roll initiative. Oh, you got an 18, Bachbard? Sorry, I thought I saw a 13 and a 7. There you go, Sewell. You're in there now. All right, so you guys are back in the main corridor. All you see and hear is this large rumble as a bunch of rocks and boulders just basically fall down and crush Usul's precious little bear there. You hear a few moans and whimpers, but then nothing. And you don't know what happened to Moral. I'm sure Moral may have yelled something out at this point, but you guys don't know.
Yeah. Moral shouts, "I'm okay, guys. The bear though, I'm not too sure. I don't think the bear is okay, guys."
All right, so 1, 2. You see oozing out of the walls, Moral. 2 more of these yellow-looking ooze pus buckets as they roll up next to you at this point, and you know what's coming next.
Oh joy. Well then.
And of course, you're a plate-wearing bastard, so they miss again.
Yep.
All right, Blackfard, it's your turn. And all you can do is you heard about this everything getting crushed down here. You have no idea if Moral is still alive or crushed or anything. What would you like to do here?
Well, Moral shouted that he's okay.
Knowing that Moral's okay, Bokvard's just gonna kind of slowly walk down and inspect what that noise was.
Yeah, once you get within eye shot of that, you'll see that the entire corridor is basically just trapped or blocked off. It's a large, covers a big 10 by 10 area from what you can tell from this standpoint. Some boulders are just almost as big as your torso. Others are pretty small, but it's packed in there pretty tight. Is that your action?
I turn back to the party and tell them it's Moral, he needs help.
All right, Tegan.
Fools are not long for this world.
Tigger just kind of the bear just kind of sits down and stretches out, and so he's gonna take a nap maybe.
Remember, this is Moral. This is not Porto.
Yeah, he's aware.
Okay. All right, Moral. You don't really hear anybody kind of yelling for you, other than Blackfire, just making sure you're okay. And you're now surrounded by these two giant yellow-looking ooze things, which you saw just in the other corridor earlier.
Great. Guys, there are goose here. Just letting you know. And knowing what happened last time, Moral is going to... he is going to...
Gonna sit there and think about it.
Sacred Flame.
Okay, which one?
Honestly, they're both close to me, so it really doesn't matter. The one in front... That one, I guess. It needs to make a DC 13 save.
These guys are so dexterous. Alright, you said the one right in front of you?
Yep.
And that is just like radiant damage. Okay, so you see your blast of flame kind of come out of this thing, and it kind of takes a little, maybe small little chunk, about the size of maybe your little finger, your pinky, out of this thing. It kind of shudders a little bit, but like it didn't even hardly affect it at all. Is that your action?
Yep.
Alright, Indon is going to start screaming, okay guys, come on, we got to get down here and we got to help him get out. We got to start figuring a way to get Moral out of here, because he doesn't need to be down there, you know. He kind of just points down that the direction of the hallway, like wanting you guys to do all the work, because he's just a little wood elf and he can't pick up anything. Usul, what are you doing at this point?
I'm gonna tell Bakvad to start digging, and I'll protect your back.
Alright, so he'll get to move on his turn. Is that all you're going to do in your turn?
Yeah.
Alright. Moral, you will see this one right in front of you that you just singed. Kind of move a little bit further out into the hallway, completely blocking it. And you see a big old pseudopod of something reach out and try to touch you.
Bad touch.
And you'll see... Give me a perception check at advantage.
Okay. Whew, I love advantage.
You'll notice up above you again, there's more cracks in the ceiling, and you can see a little slither of yellow something kind of oozing through the cracks in the ceiling above you.
Really?
And then this one next to you here takes out another shot at you. Yay! Finally one that hits? Or are you like 23 now? What are you at?
Well, that's... Yeah, that hits.
7 bludgeoning and 5 acid damage. I realized that if I looked over the session from last time. I didn't have the acid damage in there last time. Not that they hit you that much, but that was one extra thing that you guys got away with last time. Alright, Bakvad, you're up. You probably hear Moral in there screaming as he gets punched by something.
Buck's gonna grab Indon by the scruff of the neck and drag him down to the rubble.
He'll be just kicking and screaming, hey, wait a minute, what are you doing? I can't move this stuff. Look at me, look at my arms. He kind of tries to flex a muscle and you don't really see much there.
Start digging.
He's like, alright. So I'll explain what he does on his turn. What are you doing on yours?
I'm going to start moving some of the rocks around.
Alright, so let me explain the mechanics of this. Like I said, this is roughly 10 by 10. This corridor is blocked. So, what is it, like roughly 10 by 10 by 10? It's like 1,000 cubic feet. So, what I need you to do to dig through this, it requires a DC 15 strength athletic check to safely remove 4 cubic feet of debris in one turn. So you guys basically, to get from one side to the other, you got to get roughly a 4x4 corridor through that debris there, which is 80 cubic feet. So do the quick math. If you succeed every single time, that's going to take you like roughly 20 turns for one person to get through there. But it can be done. So if you're digging, give me a strength or athletic check. DC 15. Alright, you failed that. So you don't get 4 cubic feet, you got 2 cubic feet out of there. So I'm keeping track right now. You're down to 78 cubic feet to go.
Only 78 cubic feet.
Alright, Teague, you're up next. You see
As soon as Teague heard Morals say slimes and start screaming, he gets up and charges down the corridor, which take all of my move to get there.
Alright, go ahead and move yourself then.
And literally shoves Endon out of the way.
Okay, I'll still get to explain what he did, but that's fine. Alright, Moral. You can hear faintly like some kind of digging or something behind you, but you see no progress whatsoever behind you. All you see is these 2 giant things in front of you, and you're pretty sure there's something coming from above.
God damn it. Well, Moral's gonna start hacking and slashing this thing in front of him. He's gonna put all of his might in this one swing. Oh, and it hits. Yep. Takes 18 damage.
With your greatsword?
Great axe. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm trying to... Oh, that was a great sword. Yikes.
Alright, so just
I meant
before,
to...
you slash in this thing and you see it almost like divide in half, and now staying in front of you are 2 smaller versions of the same thing.
Oh, okay, I thought I hit great axe. I hit the great sword. But I mean, I guess I'll allow that.
It's the same damage, so I'm okay with that.
Well, yeah.
That's your turn? That's your action?
No, I can attack again. But this time I'm gonna use my axe.
Which one are you attacking?
The bigger one. Wait, hold on a sec. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna use the Great Axe of Warning. Wherever it is. Okay, there it is. No, that's... Alright, does a 14 hit?
You know what, probably. Let me look it up here again real quick. Oh yeah, these guys are just big pile of ooze, so it's not hard to hit these things. 26 damage, holy shit. And just like before, this one is also going to split into 2 equal parts.
Sure. But is there enough room for all these smaller parts?
One second. Yeah, you can see they're kind of rolling on top of each other. A couple of them are, but yeah, they're all able to maintain pretty much the same space all around you.
Wait, hold on a second. I think I have a maneuver that I think. I think I might have a maneuver. I'm not too sure. What kind of maneuver do I have here? I have trip attack, riposte, present. Okay, never mind. I thought I had sweeping attack, but I don't. I'm gonna use. Yeah, I'm gonna use my bonus action to use second wind.
All right.
And I guess I'm gonna add my fighter level to that. So that's. Huh, not bad.
Use action surge to do what? To heal yourself? Is that what you did?
Second wind.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, to heal myself by 13 points.
Okay. So is that your turn then?
That is my turn.
All right. So Endon, as you run up to him, Tegid, you can see Endon. He's kind of grabbing these Liberty pebbles. And he's kind of pulling them out one by one. He's looking around nervously. And then you come up and kind of push him out of the way. And he like gladly kind of steps out of the way. Well, fine. You go ahead and do it then. He kind of slowly walks backing up a little bit. Usul, you see Tegid run up there and kind of knock Endon back. Bakvar is kind of digging away, and you still hear Moral inside there kind of maybe screaming a little bit at what may be attacking him in there. Still no sign of your bear.
Okay, I'm just going to block Indon's path, excuse me, and I'm going to tell him if the ooze comes, he's going to lead the way.
It's like, fine, I'll lead the way. Jeez, you guys think I'm like out to get you. I'm not. I'm just not a fighter. All right, is that your entire action? Your turn, Usul?
Yeah.
All right, bad guys are up. Okay, so prepare yourself, Moral. You see the one off to this side slowly start to make its way back into a crack into the wall. So you can take an opportunity attack if you want.
Wait, what?
The one to this side of you, you see it slowly kind of make itself into the side of the wall. So you can take an opportunity attack on that one if you want.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, I'm gonna freaking take a opportunity attack to attack that.
Let's see it.
Wait a minute. I rolled 1 die 12 plus 4 plus 10. So I rolled a 1. I get to re-roll that.
All right, reroll your damage.
Ooh, nice. So I'll add another 10 and 4, so that's 24.
All right, so as you see this thing kind of retreating into the wall, you reach out with your great axe and just kind of split it in half again, like you've seen before. But this time the two pieces kind of fall on the floor and they stop moving. And you see the same thing with one here, kind of retreats into the wall. This one retreats back 10 feet. This one retreats back 10 feet. And now,
Cowards!
you can make another dex save.
Wait, I need to make another dex
You
save?
see the
Okay.
yellow ooze, whatever it is, up top, and you see it recede deeper into the crack till you can't see it anymore. Then the ceiling above you starts to kind of rumble and shake, and it starts to fall. Make me another dex save. Oh, that's not good.
No. Ow. What's the damage?
Look at that horrible row. 2, 1, 5, and 2. 18 bludgeoning damage. And
Oh god. Am I like hinder
Yeah,
spring.
you're now trapped, basically restrained, and on every turn that you're still trapped, you need to make a DC 11 con save to see if you can still keep on breathing
Okay.
with all these rocks on top of you. The rest of you hear this large rumbling, and you see a little bit of dust kind of puff out from the one pile of rubble you've got in front of you right now, and you hear a blood-curdling scream, probably from Morel as well. All right, Blockvard, you hear this big old rumble from beyond where you're already digging right now, and you're pretty sure more of the corridor kind of caved in there.
Bockvard kind of screams at Morel. Tell Lathander I say hello.
I'm not laughing at you, Morel. I'm laughing with you.
That's
And I
not
just-
funny, Boxford. Get me out of here.
Are you going to dig some more?
I continue chipping away. Yeah, I chip away.
All right, run me another strength or athletic check. See how much you get out of there. Boy, another 2 cubic feet. Okay, so now you have 146 more cubic feet to go. You don't feel like you're making much progress. You're digging through this stuff, and it's a lot more compact. And it seems as you dig more and more, kind of fall into its place. It's tough going at this point. Teagid, you see Blackbird struggling to get through this thing. What would you like to do?
I'm a brown bear. Brown bears dig.
Look at that.
All right, he seems to get more than just 4 cubic feet out of there. He really digs into it, and by your calculations, he's got about 6 cubic feet pulled out of there. All right, Moral, give me a DC 11 con save to see if you can breathe first before you take an action, or try to take an action.
Oh, really?
Take 6 points of basically suffocating damage because you're unable to breathe. All right, so you're stuck under this thing. It's going to be a pretty massive strength roll to try to dig yourself out of this, but you can try if you want, or you can try something else. What do you want to do?
Hell yeah, he's gonna do that. He is gonna do that. What's the DC?
I didn't say what the DC was.
Alright, I'm gonna roll.
So explain to me
I'm
how.
gonna do that.
Explain to me how you're going to try to, I guess, dig yourself out, and that will help me determine what the DC is.
Okay, well, currently he has a bunch of rock and rubble and dirt on him. So the best he's gonna do is he's going to try to dig with one arm and with his legs while using his other arm to clasp at his mouth so that he can have some extra room to breathe.
Yeah, it's not necessarily the
Do I
fact
do
that
like
you
a-
mouth is trap. It's the fact you got so much weight sitting on your chest that you're unable to basically, open up your lungs.
Okay, so gonna move both of his arms to his mouth and then use his legs to kind of move the dirt.
Okay, give me a strength or athletic check.
Athletics? Okay.
All right, you managed to kick a few of the stones out of the way, and luckily enough, they don't fall back down on top of you, and you can feel yourself basically able to breathe at this point, but you're still restrained.
Okay.
And that was your action, unless you have some kind of a bonus action that you can do.
Nope. Nope. Although I am going to action surge and cast Cure Wounds on myself.
All right, go ahead and roll it. Yeah, go ahead and roll it, Moral.
Yeah. Okay, so I actually have 2 spell slots. I'm going to cast it as level 2. Oh wait, no wait. I don't have a spell slot for level 2. Never mind.
Really? You rolled it again at level 1? You get the same freaking one?
Well, that's hilarious.
All right, so I guess you're able to touch yourself and make yourself feel good. How you like that? All right, Indon. He's up there. He goes, okay, I don't know what to do here, but someone's got to. I don't know what to do. What do you want me to do? He's just freaking out at this point. Doesn't know what to do. Usul.
I'm going to tell Indon, lead us around the other way. Don't argue with me. Do it now.
Says the other way. I don't ever go this way. I don't know another way.
Find a way.
All right, that he'll kind of take off running. He says, "All right, I'll look, but I don't know where to look." He runs off this way. All right, Moral. So you're now here. You made yourself a little bit of room to breathe, and out of the corner of the eye, you see this yellow stuff kind of oozing its way through the cracks and down here upon you. And you feel like
Really?
these little not little knives, almost like little fingers, like starting to jab at you in between the cracks of all the rocks.
Oh my god.
And of course, you're in play.
Yeah.
And even when you're pinned and restrained, I still can't freaking hit you. But that's okay. He's got friends. And he's got more friends. This is hilarious. I'd be lucky if I hit you like once out of like 5 attacks. Hey, look at there. I got a crit.
Oh god.
So 13
No.
plus 7. Okay, 20 points of total damage there.
What? How many?
20 total. You got 13 points of bludgeoning, 7 of bludgeoning. That's it for those guys. Okay, Blackvard, you're up.
Bockvard sees the bear next to him doing a much better job than he is, and he's going to have a little friendly competition to him to see who can get to morale first.
Let's see it. That bear's making you look bad. Okay, you knocked out another 2 cubic feet, you think, at this point. All right, Black Bear, Teagid. Oh, look at there.
Oops.
Blackvard did better than you this time. You see the bear gets all confident, gets up there and takes a big old swipe at it. And he knocks so much out that the rest of it from above just kind of drops in and fills in the same spot. You guys still got a long way to go. All right, Moral. You can breathe now. You're still restrained or pinned. You're going to try to dig your way out. What do you want to try to do here?
Yeah, Moral's gonna try to dig again.
Okay, and I'm going to rule. You're a little bit closer to the edge. I'll rule for you. It's about 20 cubic feet for you to get through.
Okay.
So same as before, athletics and or strength check. Damn!
Ooh,
look
that's
at
a
you.
crit.
Alright, so for a crit, tell you what, I'll give you 8 cubic feet for that. So you're down to 12 more cubic feet to go. But you're still
Oh
restrained.
god.
Alright. Okay, so who's watching Indon? Usul, you staying with him? Or are you just watching him?
Me?
Yeah, are you watching him or are you running with him as he goes?
I was actually gonna run with him, but I think I'm gonna grab him and bring him back. I didn't realize that they were moving as much dirt as they are, and I think I can do better by coming back and casting a heal on them.
Alright, so Indon's making his way out of here. So unless you plan on grabbing him right off the bat, he's gonna take off down this corridor and try to find a way around. So is that your intention to hold on to him?
Yes.
Alright, so at that he'll start taking off and you'll grab him by the arm. He's like, What? What? Make up your mind. You need help or not?
Come back. They're making good progress, and I can cast a heal.
Oh yeah, you're a druid. Yeah, you can heal. Good idea. And he starts walking his way back up here as well. Kind of stops over here by Storm. Says, yeah, you go do that. And he starts kind of scratching Storm behind the ears.
Storm growls at him.
He'll back up a little bit. All right. Dang, no one likes me. You know, Joe Dell picked me out personally. I don't know what you guys' problem is. All right, Usul, what are you going to do?
I'm going to cast a Cure Wounds.
You need to touch me.
Yeah,
Do
Cure
I?
Wounds requires a touch.
Cure wounds is the touch.
Do you have healing word?
Nope. Just going to have to wait for it then.
All right, so you want to try to reach out and touch the rocks and cure some rocks there a little bit?
I'll just wait. I've got those potions too.
All right, so that's your turn, Usul?
Yeah.
All right, here we go, Moral. We got more of these guys kind of surrounding here a little bit.
No.
Oh, damn. Another crit. Does a 20 hit you as well? These guys are at advantage since you're restrained.
Wait. Oh, really?
So if that 20 hits you, that's
Damn.
30. Then the crit is 9 plus 6, another 15. So 28 total?
Well, Moral is unconscious now.
Alright, you guys all hear like a blood-curdling scream from underneath the rock over there that you're pretty sure is Moral. And then you hear silence. Alright, Blackbard.
He starts frantically digging to try and get to his party member as quickly as possible.
Okay, let's go ahead and see it. Hey, you got 21. Good for you. That's another, we'll call it 6 cubic feet. Now, another thing I can do, instead of a 4x4, you guys can try to dig a smaller section, but it's going to be like very difficult terrain for you to get through, and then you also run the risk of it basically collapsing on you as you crawl through it. So if you go a 2x2 corridor, you got 61 more cubic feet to go. If you're maintaining that 4x4, the safer one, it's 122. Tegan, Black Bear still keeps on digging.
Yep. Obviously because of the better idea.
You got another 5 cubic feet. Alright, Moral, you're unconscious. Make me a death save. Ooh. And Don's still standing back. Okay, guys, keep going. You're doing a good job. Moral? Moral? Didn't get a response. Usul.
Just gonna wait. Not much I can do with those two or the diggers. So
All right. Okay, so any hit on you will be a critical hit. Ooh, a critical hit will actually... Damn, Moral. All right, I'm going to be a little nice. You don't know it because you're unconscious, but one of them kind of retreats back into the wall a little bit. You guys back there don't know anything about that, and there's still two small ones left. Son of a bitch. Oh my gosh. Moral, you feel, well, you don't feel, you're unconscious, but these guys basically obliterate you and start kind of eating your guts and your whatever's left of you inside you.
Yeah. Do I take off one? I guess I'll take off one failure then.
You'll take off what?
I'll mark another failure.
No, that's two failures. I got a critical hit, plus when you're already unconscious and you get hit, that's automatically a critical. So that's basically 3 death saves for you. 3 failed death saves.
Really?
Yeah, so Moral is dead. I'm sorry, Moral. Alright, Blackvard.
Wow.
I'm just gonna keep. I'll just keep digging.
Give me another one.
I don't know if I should like leave now.
Well, I can let you play one of the other NPCs if you want.
I guess I'm good.
Alright, you guys are down to 50 cubic feet until you reach where you think Moral is. Okay, Moral's gone. And Don's still there for more support. Usul, you're still not doing anything. Okay, so at this point, that guy would have gone here. Alright, we're still in initiative order. These guys are going to continue to feast on Moral. Blackfire and Teagat, do me again. Go ahead, Teagat, let me see yours. Some of you continue to dig. Hey, there you go. Getting closer. Still not there yet. I need Teagat, Blackfard, and Usul all to make me a perception check. All right, Usul, you notice through one of the cracks in the ceiling, you see a little bit of a faint, little bit of yellow ooze or something kind of crawling itself through the cracks over the head of you in the ceiling.
okay, I'm gonna make everybody aware of that.
All right, so Blackfard, Teagat went, Moral's dead. Okay, Usul, your turn. What were you going to do? Just let everybody know?
Yeah, I'll let everybody know, and then what I've got to sell here.
All right, Blackfard, you going to keep digging?
Yes, I'll keep digging.
Okay, let's see it. Teagat, same for you?
No. Teagat's listening. He's trying to see if he can hear Moral. He's been quiet for too long.
Yeah, you don't hear anything. So what's Tegan going to do?
Kind of backs up a little bit and just is listening and looking around.
All right, go and move yourself wherever you're moving to. Usul, your turn. What are you going to do with that newfound knowledge of seeing something above you?
Boy. I'm really at a disadvantage here. I've got piercing and slashing damage, and that's about it. I'm just going to pull out my long sword and, oh, well, no, hold on a second, I forget.
Need to come up with something soon.
Yeah, I'm going to transform into an ogre.
And that is your action to transform, right?
That is a bonus action.
That will make you a large creature. So if you do that, you're going to be kind of squishing Blockfard and Teague probably up against the wall. So go ahead and put yourself in there if that's what you want to do.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how to change.
How to change what?
You
should have control. I just dropped one in there. You should have control over that one.
Oh, okay. I see now.
All right, so I'll say Teague and Endon both get kind of squished up against the side as you guys see Usul kind of transform into this giant, evil-looking ogre at this point. Endon starts kind of screaming his head off, like, "What the hell? What the hell? What happened? He's an ogre. You guys said I was bad." At that, okay, I need everybody. It was over Usul's head, so Teague, Usul as an ogre, and Endon all make dex saves. Holy shit, guys. Kablam. You guys all get hammered by this bludgeoning damage. Everyone takes 19 points of bludgeoning damage, and you guys are now also restrained underneath this. Alright, Bakvard, you see and feel this cave in right behind you at this point, and you're now trapped in a very small corridor between a lot of debris. What would you like to do?
I curse as I notice this, and I start digging towards the majority of my party.
You start doing what?
I start digging towards where the majority of the party is.
Towards the ones that you think are still alive, or towards Moral?
Towards the ones I think are alive.
Alright, go ahead and roll it. Let's see it. I gotta keep track of 3 different piles of rock here. Alright, you make a little bit of progress. Not a whole lot. That wasn't a very good attempt there. Alright, Teague. Give me a DC 11 con save to see if you can breathe.
Yeah, Tegan also, when the cave-in hit him, he reverted back to being Tegan.
Ah, okay. Oh, is that what happens when you get knocked, or you do that
Yeah,
in
when
action?
the bear had run out of hit points.
Ah, okay. All right, so you're able to still breathe. You don't take any more suffocating damage. Now you can go ahead and try to dig your way out if you want.
How packed is this? I mean, is there small gaps in it?
I think when I was doing on Moral, you had to get through basically about 20 cubic feet of this rock to get through there. And
Yeah, but is it solid and tight?
it's all over the place. I mean, most of the stuff towards the bottom where you are is probably a little bit more dense. The higher up you go, the more less small the rubble it is.
Tegan shifts shape again into a snake and starts crawling his way back toward the main room.
Okay, so let's do this. If you shift into a snake, just roll me a dex save, a dex check, just to see if the snake can make it through. If it's that packed.
Oh, sorry. You said a check. I rolled a save. Hold on. There you go.
Okay. I roll that kind of a roll that you're able to slither your way back out through the cracks and everything. Difficult terrain, so it'll take your full movement just to get right outside the boulders there, but you can escape that way.
Okay.
Endon, okay, let's see if he can breathe. Just barely. You can hear Endon kind of underneath there going, like he's almost starting to cry at this point, but he's hurting pretty bad underneath there.
It probably slithered right across as it went out.
yeah, that probably would have freaked him out too. All right, Usul, same for you. Con save as an ogre.
Con save.
Oh yeah. An ogre's covered.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is like a massage. Yeah, you can breathe. Okay, what would you like to do?
I'd like to go ahead and try to push my pile as best I can. Try to open up a way so that Bakabard and I probably wouldn't know it yet, but try to get everybody out that can get out.
All right, so which way are you trying to push the rocks? Towards Bakvard or towards Tegan?
Towards Tegan.
All right,
so I can escape as well.
All right, so go ahead and give me your athletic strength check, and I'm going to let you do it at advantage since you're large, and you pretty much take up this whole quarter anyway.
Okay. I don't have an athletics check.
Then just be a straight up strength then. Again, you had that advantage, and I said it was 20 feet to get out, so I'll roll with a... Oh, how come you rolled it twice? Was that an accident?
Oh, it was already advantage, yeah. I apologize.
No, that's fine. Now, with a 19, you're able to put about 5 cubic feet out of the way, so you got about 15 more to go. All right, so as you're trying to dig your way through there, you see some yellow stuff kind of coming its way through the rocks towards you, the ogre, and it tries to reach out and touch you. I'm assuming an 8 doesn't hit you, even though you are an ogre.
AC 11.
Okay, yeah, so they miss. Just to start working their way through the rocks almost at the same time as you're kind of busting through them, so it's not able to make good contact on you. All right, Bakvard, you hear all kinds of digging behind you. You hear a little Endon down there crying a little bit, and you're still kind of stuck between these two large sections of boulders.
I'll noticing I'm between a rock and a hard place. I'm gonna dig towards the ogre.
Let's see it. Athletics or strength. Got about another 3 cubic feet out of there. You got about 35 more cubic feet to go. All right, Tegan, you're a snake. What are you gonna do about it?
Once I slither out into the main room out there, where Storm's been at the whole time, probably laughing at us all, I shift back into human form, and of course it's crap.
Now you broke up there. I didn't catch all that. You said you switched back to human form and what?
Well, when I get out there, it's pitch black. I can't see anything, so I cast my produce flame cantrip so I can at least see how bad is it out here.
All right, you just gonna like drop that on the ground there somewhere?
Yeah.
All right, let me drop one of those info tokens in there. Sorry, I should have had one of these ready for you.
That's okay.
There, did that work? Just shedding light?
Yeah, that works. Yep. Just now at this point, I'm just going to try to assess the situation and see how bad this cave-in is.
Yeah, you would hear or maybe partially see the ogre trying to push its way out of the rocks there. You can't see Endon, but you can hear him down there whimpering.
Back up enough to give him room to get out.
All right, so now Endon. Well, he didn't even try to get out last time, did he? So let's first see if he can breathe. Ugh, no, he doesn't. So he's going to take some more bludgeoning damage. You hear him kind of gasp a little bit like he's having a hard time breathing at this point. And he's going to try to dig his way out, but he is a wimpy little elf. And you see, you maybe hear a little bit of rustle, like a little bit of dirt or something moving down there, but you can't really tell Tigid or anyone next to him, really how far he got. Usul, you're this giant ogre still in a bunch of boulders here. What would you like to do?
Yep. I'm going to go ahead and try to continue to work my way north.
Okay. Oh, you are still restrained, so make me a DC 11 again to see if you can breathe. And you do not. You're struggling to breathe here a little bit as you start digging. More of them kind of fall down on top of you. Take 8 more points of suffocating damage because you're having trouble breathing. And you get whacked again with that same yellow ooze all around you. Okay, 14 does hit you. So 16 total damage, 13 bludgeoning, 3 acid. All right, Bakvard, you're up. You can hear the ogre kind of groaning and moaning inside there.
Buckbart's going to try and dig his way through to the ogre, give him a bit of space to maneuver.
You're making a little bit of progress. You can maybe see the remnants of where maybe part of the ogre used to be, and you start to get a glimpse of something yellow kind of oozing its way around some of the rocks and boulders further inside, around all the rocks. Tigid, you can see now. You can hear the ogre trying to bust its way out. Endon maybe trying to dig his way out.
I cast Cure Wounds on myself while I consider the situation and how I can help.
Okay. And that's your action?
Yes.
Alright, Endon, see if he can breathe. Yes, of course, he's little. He can breathe in there. You just can't dig for shit. Usul! Third verse, same as the first?
Yep, same.
Alright, let's see it.
Con check first.
Yep, see if you can breathe. Yep, you can breathe, so now you can go and make your strength to try to dig your way out. Ooh, not so good. You can start to see a little bit more light shining from something outside, but you're not quite through the wall yet. So you know what's coming up next. You feel more of that yellow stuff kind of wrap itself around your leg and start to squeeze. And 16 more points of damage. Alright, Blockfard, he stepped away. Blockfard, you back yet?
I'm back. What did I miss?
Ogre made his way a little bit further through the rock, and then he got attacked again. The ooze is kind of wrapped around his leg and starting to squeeze. He took a pretty good hit.
How far am I from the ooze?
From the ooze, let's see, what did I say here? I'd say you're probably, by your guesstimation, maybe 4 feet deep into the rock. If you can get 4 more feet, you may be able to get to part of the ooze. Again, it's kind of intermingled around all the boulders and everything.
Alright, well, Blockford's just keep on chipping away at that rock.
Nice. And with that, you break into the opening that you assume is from the ogre at this point, and you have a clear view of looking at this ogre with still a lot of boulders on top of him and everything, but you can see him kind of holding some of them up at the same time while he's digging through, and a little bit of ooze is coming out from the boulder wall, if you call it a boulder wall, and wrapped around one of his legs. All right, Teagid, you've assessed the situation yet?
Yep, he's assessed the situation, realizes there's not much he can do but dig. Then he kind of looks down at his arm and goes, crap. Starts unstrapping his bow from his hand, which will take him a turn.
Right. Okay, so that's your turn. Okay, poor little Endon. Can he do anything? Well, he can't breathe. That's one thing. And you hear another little gasp, moan, little cry from underneath the rocks over there, and he kind of yells out a little, "Help! Help me! Please, I'm dying!" Let's see if he can dig himself out. You hear a little bit of like rock kind of, move around a little bit, and then like more of it kind of falls out of the ceiling on top of where you think Endon is. You hear a little more oomph. Usul, fourth verse, same as the first?
Same exact.
All right, you able to breathe? And a 19. Ooh, that gets you so close. You can see the light. There's like only a few more big boulders in your way to break your way through there. But you think one more good shove or bash or something, you should be able to break your way through there. Unfortunately, that guy still got a hold of your leg. And 13 hits you, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Okay, 14 more points of damage. And Blockbard.
Buffard can see the ogre, he can see the slime kind of starting to hook onto his leg, so he's going to keep digging to try and get the ogre out.
He's going to keep digging in front of the ogre?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, you'd probably have to trade places with him if you want to get up there where the ogre is. And the ogre would have to agree to that.
Maybe see if we can't get in done instead.
I'll dig towards our little friend then.
Alright, from this point, you're probably 6 to 8 cubic feet. You can probably get to him. And with that, you get about 4. So you're about halfway there. Teague, you still assessing?
No, well, now that he's got his bow off of his wooden hand, he starts digging back toward them.
Okay, with one hand?
Well, that's all he's got.
Yeah. So you do this at disadvantage.
I kind of figured that.
16 still wasn't too bad at disadvantage. So you're able to get another 4 feet into him, to the ogre, and you break free. As you whack it a couple times with your hands, you have struggled doing it with just one hand, but then you see the ogre's head kind of pop out of it and kind of brush the rest of the rock off and step on. He can step on through. Poor little Endon. Is he going to make it? Whew. He can breathe. Oops. Shit. Lost his character sheet. There it is. Hey, he's able to make some progress. He's still digging out, straight out towards the north. And he doesn't even realize you're digging for him at this point, Blackvard. But he's able to make his first progress this whole time. You can hear him say, "Hey, I think I can make it, but please hurry." So at this point, you can kind of just walk out of the rest of the debris here, thanks to Teague.
Okay. Do I still have that ooze on me?
If you try to walk away from it, then yes, it will get an opportunity attack, if that's what you're asking.
No, I was thinking I could grab one of those rocks and just try to smash it.
Okay, that's fine. Is that a feature of the ogre? Or was that a giant that can throw boulders?
I got it listed as a great club and a javelin, but I'm not sure that I would actually.
Go ahead and roll to hit like a great club. I'll allow that. Yeah, that hits. Alright, so you bust out of this thing and realize that you're finally free, and you still got this damn little yellow ooze on your leg over there. You grab one of those boulders and just start pounding on it between itself and the rest of the rock boulder structure that's in there. And let's see, how do I want to rule this? Because you're now pounding on rock that has someone else inside of it. Okay, I'll figure that out when I get the end on. Alright, is that your action?
Yep.
Alright, so you see the thing kind of rear back a little bit. Part of it kind of recesses back into the boulder cracks, so to speak, but it still has a hold of one of your legs. You can feel it kind of squeezing again on top of one of your legs. For 16 more points of damage. How many hit?
Okay, that's gonna cause me to revert.
Alright, so the ogre reverts back to its Usul self. And you see the ochre jelly almost like it shrinks to the form of your leg still. Alright, Blackvard, You can see this giant ogre just kind of shrink back into its former self. So see a little bit of that jelly sticking out from the boulder cracks. What would you like to do here?
How far am I from the jelly? Attack it?
Yeah, at this point the ogre's kind of cleared a path. You just have to, step back out from the little hole you're digging towards Endon to get to him.
Alright, well, I'll go join Usul, and I'll take an attack on the jelly.
Alright, let's see it.
So I reel back my great axe and just take a swipe at it.
Alright, so that definitely hits. And I guess technically Blockvar was with the group when they fought the last group of jellies. So you see the same thing that kind of happened to Moro when he was surrounded by all of them. As you bite into it, you split it in half, and where there once was one, now there's two of them.
I just finish up there. Bud finishes up there.
Alright, Tigid.
Try toward Endon.
Okay, so Blockvar had made it. He's coming from a different direction. Sorry, I gotta do my math. I got like a whole freaking map here just for where Endon is. Alright, so with that roll, you don't make it very far. You figure you still got another 12 cubic feet to get to him, you think?
Okay.
Go ahead and move your token up there next to the rubble, though, if you would, please.
Was he on that side or the other side? I don't
That's
remember.
the side he's on.
Okay.
Alright. Moro, you still with us? Or Andrew, I should say. Are you still with us? Because I know Moro's not with us. Endon's able to breathe. And Endon can't dig for shit. Usul, you're in your human form. You got a little yellow ooze around your leg. What used to be two, and now there's only one of them, because Blockbird came up and kind of cut it in half. What would you like to do here?
I will hit it with. Oops.
I moved the rock since you kind of made a pathway through there.
I guess I'll try a. Yeah, I'll hit it with poison spray.
The yellow stuff? Which one?
Yeah. The one just directly to my side.
Okay, that's fine. Alright, so that hits it. 8 poison damage. Alright, so you release this acidic little squirt, I guess, out of your palm of your hand. Kind of covers up this little ooze. You can hear it and you can smell it kind of burning a little bit through there. As you see it kind of retreat further into the rocks like it's trying to get away from it. But you definitely did some pretty good damage to it, but you can still see it retreating within the cracks of the boulder. Alright, these guys. Okay, so the one you just attacked, you see it retreat further into the rocks until you can't see it anymore. The one that's still wrapped around your leg, however, it's trying to get something to eat. And it misses. How can that happen? He's wrapped around your leg and he still misses. Alright, so you see it kind of trying to rear up and kind of smack or slap into your leg a little bit, and you kind of shake your leg at the last second, and it loses its bearings and doesn't quite find its spot. All right, Blockford, you're up.
I see the slime just on the ogre's leg. I'm going to take a javelin and just try and stick it right into it.
Okay, so before you roll, if you're really bad, you're going to hit Usul. So with that being said, you can still roll if you want. I'm just telling you, if you're really bad, you're going to hit Usul.
Risk I have to take, I think.
All right, let's see it.
I'm gonna hit the bed.
All right, Andrew. If you want, you and I can kind of talk offline about what you want to do for next character or how you want to handle that for next session. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me know what happens. What happened tonight in an email.
Yeah, I'm recording it. I'll worst case scenario, I'll just post it on the YouTube link. I'll try to get a write up done sometime. The YouTube thing will be up for sure.
Alrighty.
All right. Good night, Andrew.
Yeah. Good night.
Sorry I killed you.
Have fun, everyone.
Night,
No
Andrew.
worries. No, it was. I made a. Yeah. I made a mistake. Wasn't thinking about collapsing tunnels.
All right. Good night, Andrew. Appreciate it.
Good night.
Have a good one.
Nice to meet you.
All right, so Blockford, you managed to rear back with your javelin.
User disconnected from your channel.
Take another whack at the Usul. You managed to stick the javelin right into where, I guess if it had a head or if it had an arm, and it sinks in there pretty good. Part of it kind of splatters away, but it's still attached at this point. Tegid, you still digging for Endon?
Yep, digging for Endon.
You're a one-armed digging machine. All right, you're able to make it a few more feet. You're a little bit closer, but you can kind of see him between the cracks, but you're not quite to him yet. Maybe one more good dig or a few good-sized boulders out of the way, and you think you may be able to free him out of there.
Can I reach him though? Can I touch him?
Nope, you still got boulders in the way. You can see parts of him through cracks.
Okay.
But you can't quite get to him yet. Can't get a grip.
Okay.
And that's pretty shitty because he's about to die. Ugh. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay. All right, so you can see through the crack that Endon's just having a very hard time breathing. You can kind of see his eyes starting to roll back in his head a little bit, like he's really struggling at this point. From what you can tell, you think he's still breathing, but you're not really sure.
Okay.
And at the last second, you see him kind of slam a fist into some of the rocks, and he knocks the rocks out of the way. You can see his arm sticking out there with part of his head, and he just kind of collapses right there. You can't tell if he's breathing or not, but at least you can get to his arm and his head at this point.
Well, if I can touch him, I'll cast Cure Wounds on him.
Yeah, on your turn. Usul.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and exit. Can I touch him on my way out?
You still got that little yellow guy near your leg. If you try walking away, he's going to get an attack of opportunity.
And I'm gonna take that attack of opportunity because I suck at hitting these things. So if I can get away and get some distance, I can do something else.
I'm assuming a 17 hits you, right?
Yep.
Okay, so he did 10 points of damage to you as you start walking away.
10 points?
Yep, 6 bludgeoning, 4 acid, total of 10. Alright, so go ahead and do whatever your action is now.
That it?
Oh, you're curing Indon?
Yeah, as I was walking by, I was gonna do a cure wounds on Indon.
Okay, that's fine. So it's total of 14, right? Is that how I'm reading that?
I think it just did it with advantage, so it should be
Just a 12?
1d8 plus 4.
The first one has your wisdom modifier in it, plus 4. The other's just a D8. It's almost like it's at a higher level or something.
Well, I'm going with the 12 for now. We can try to get that cleaned up in between sessions if you want.
Yeah.
So you reach down and kind of touch Indon, and you can kind of see his eyes kind of open back up a little bit and kind of flutter a little bit, and you see him trying to catch his breath. He's still got some of these boulders and stuff sitting across his torso, but he's alive from what you can tell. Maybe thanks to you. You're not sure if he was alive before then or not. Okay, at that, this guy sees you getting away, and you see him slowly starting to kind of melt into the wall here. So, Bachvard, if you want, you'll get an opportunity attack on him.
Yes, I'll take opportunity attack.
What are you hitting him with? The javelin again?
Yep, I'll stick the javelin.
Alright, so as it starts to kind of slowly make itself back into some of the cracks of the wall, you reach out your javelin and almost like rip off an entire section of it, and it drops to the floor unmoving, but you still see a little bit of movement that escapes into the wall itself. Alright, we're out of initiative now. These guys are running for the hills because they're outnumbered and there's still a snack way back in the back, they think. Alright, so I'm going to rule that you guys can finish kind of getting Indon out from buried this thing. He's he bludgeoned up pretty bad. You can see he's got a couple fingers misshapen, out of place, dislocated, twisted his ankle pretty bad, but he's able to kind of limp around a little bit, but a lot better considering the fate of some of your other friends here. Right, he's like, oh, jeez, that was nuts. Why? Moral. We all agree, right? I think he's gone. He never should have ran down in there. That was just silly.
Yeah, well, things happen. Perhaps we could get his body in, well, I know some people outside of Bildabaris that might be able to help him.
It's like outside of Bildabaris. What do you got in mind?
Well, there's a group of clerics there that I'm familiar with.
In Bildabaris?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Ah, I know what you're talking about. Eek. Yeah, we've got the body's got to be fresh for that, though, doesn't it?
Well, we could get him there quickly. I think I have something around here for that. We'd have to get to the body first, and I'm not sure digging for it would be worth the time.
You'd be digging by yourself. I'm not going back in there.
Well,
Indon says, well, I think I'm getting the hang of it. I might be able to help now. Now that I've lived under a rock for a little bit.
He kind of looks at it and looks at the best part and goes, well, I guess if I'm digging, it's only going to be one-handed.
That'd be a sight to see. And everyone refuses to dig except for the one-armed guy.
And then at that, Tegan looks over at the other arm and reaches down and picks up his bow where he laid it, and he starts unstringing the bow and actually taking the wooden arm off.
Oh, really? Alrighty then. Indon will kind of look at you a little bit strange and says, "What are you doing there? Don't you need that to fight, to do whatever?"
I have a sword, and besides, a bow's not going to be of much use in here.
It's like, well, yeah, we'll eventually get into some larger caverns, but for the most part, you're probably right.
And I always have other ways to fight. He kind of gives a wicked grin as he's putting the bow back in the quiver and the arm in the quiver with his arrows.
All right, so Indon's going to look back towards the large pile of rubble over there. He says, so, are we going to try to find Moral? Dig for him? I know you don't want to go in there, Usul.
As much as
Won't be on this journey.
Indon kind of just shrugs and looks back and forth between Tegan and Blockbard like he's looking for direction.
I think we should proceed on. I don't think those jellies will have left much of the body to have anything done with it.
At that, see Indon kind of drop his head down there and says, honestly, this is the first time I've lost someone on any one of my guide trips. So, I feel like I failed you guys, and for that, I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry for foolish decisions.
May he rest well with Lathander.
See Indon kind of look back again at the pile over there, and you see like a strange look on his face. So tell me, did Moral have any like magic items on him?
I don't know. We just met him.
It's like, oh well, this sounds horrible of me, but maybe I'll come back here later and see if I can find the rest of him and at least maybe return some of his items to his relatives or his family.
Perhaps. So, which way? And who has a torch?
Well, yeah, Moral was our eyesight. He says, well, I don't need a torch. He looks at Usul. He doesn't need a torch. Blackfard, you need a torch? Blackfard, you still there?
I think I'll manage.
All right, so they all look back at you, Tegan. You're the only one that can't see in the dark. Says, well, I think we found our volunteer.
Yes, but who has one's the problem.
Indon again kind of goes through his pack a little bit and says, I've never needed one before, but I think I may have one in here. So he'll start rubbing it through his pack, and he says, oh yeah, here's one. I don't know, remember where I got this from, and he kind of holds it off to you. Says, you want me to like strap this to your stub?
No thanks. He just reaches out and grabs it with his hand and dips it in the ball of fire he has laying there so it lights up.
Alright, so let me change your icon to emits light.
Comes down to it, I'll fight with this.
Alright, that work for you?
Should.
Get rid of your produce flame?
No, it works.
Alright, yeah, so Indon's going to kind of point over here to this big grate over here and tell you guys, okay, this is where we got to go next. This grate is pretty damn heavy. It's probably going to take a couple of us to lift up. It's not made for one person. And once we drop down there, it's going to be maybe another half-day march walk until I get to some more drier ground where we can possibly camp for the night, if it is night.
Then I suggest we get moving.
All right, so he suggested.
How are you feeling?
I'm okay. I'll be okay. What happened to those healing potions? Anyone have any of those healing potions left over? Who took those?
I think Indon had those.
I think I had them. I asked about them, but I didn't get them.
Or not Indon. I think, or rather, Morel.
That figures. The guy that's under all the rock has all the healing stuff. I knew that was a bad idea of him to get everything.
At that, Tegan reaches out and pats him on the shoulder.
How you pat me on the shoulder? You have a torch in your hand.
Well, he can use his elbow.
Okay.
Or his stump.
Well, that's it. Your stump is now your healing mechanism.
It'll work for now.
All right, so you reach out your little stub.
It's
like
6
you're trying
points.
to touch in on with. He kind of like curls his nose up and says, "What are you doing? Don't touch me with that." All right, so 6 more points.
Yeah.
All right, he thanks you for that. He starts. You see some of the wounds, some of the bruising and stuff on his arms and his face kind of recede a little bit, but he's still looking kind of ragged at this point. Says, "All right, so this is going to be pretty heavy. I'd help you, but I think you've already seen what I can do with these muscles." And he kind of points to a little flimsy thing underneath his leather armor there. So it's going to need 2 of you guys to try to pick this up. It is.
Tegan kind of looks at the torch and looks at the other guys and goes, little help?
Oh, and Don. Oh, here, I'll hold the torch for you. He walks back over here and.
Okay.
All right.
So Tegan will grab a corner.
All 3 of you, or just 2 of you, or how many guys are going to do this?
Tegan's lifting.
All right, so I need everybody to roll me either a strength or an athletics check. Since all 3 of you are doing it, you all get at advantage. Oh, the one-armed guy is the one that kind of shows you guys up. All right, so you guys start struggling with this, and Tegan's in one corner, Bakbard's on the other side, and Usul's on the third side. So you guys are almost like fighting each other at this point. Tegan's able to lift his part up a few inches, but he's fighting with you guys on the other side, and the whole thing kind of clangs back down. You guys aren't able to get it all up with just the 3 of you on 3 different sides. And I said, no, like that. You guys got to get on the same side. What is wrong with you guys? You can't all pick it up at once. Just pick it up, tilt it to one side, then we'll all hop in. So one more time, guys, with advantage. All right, Usul, roll me a deck save. You try to pick up this thing, and oh no, with advantage. Never mind, you're fine. All right, so you guys fail a second time to get this thing up again. You guys all got to go together. 1, 2, 3. And Don's kind of directing you guys. One more time. Bakbar gets his side up. Tegan drops his, and the whole thing clangs back down again. Come on, guys. All right. All I need is 2 out of 3 of you guys to succeed on this. So come on, you can do it. There we go. Look at that. All 3 of you kind of lift this thing up on one side, and you see Indon's like, good job, guys. He runs around, and he kind of hops inside. Okay, follow me. You can see it's like a big tube, and all the muck and everything is kind of pouring inside of it, and it turns like a giant slide going down. You can't see how many feet it goes down. But Indon jumped down first.
So as Indon jumps down, the torch disappearing with Indon, Tegan goes, great.
Exactly.
And he took the torch too. And jumps in after him. Come on, Storm.
All right, you jumping in too, Bakbard?
Yeah, Bakbard follows suit. Goes down head first.
All right, so the last one in needs to roll me a deck save to see if you get smacked by this gate as it falls back down. Oh yeah, you manage it. As you start, everyone jumps down. You're the last one holding this gate up. And you feel your arms starting to kind of tremble a little bit as you're trying to hold all this gate up with yourself. And you gingerly kind of put one foot down and then leap at the last second, and the gate kind of clangs right next to your head as you slip on down this big slippy slide. It goes down for about 30, 40, 50. You're not sure how many feet because you're just slipping all over the place. But you guys land at a spot lower down. Again, at this point, the muck is probably about knee deep. Smells really bad, and you guys will see Indon standing down there about 10 feet down from you guys, still holding the torch up and got a big smile on his face. He is pretty much covered in muck from head to toe. Looks like he splashed down pretty hard into it. As a matter of fact, each one of you guys probably roll me a deck save to see if you land on your feet at the bottom. Alright, so Usul and Tegan managed to land on their feet. Block right on the hand. As you last one rolling down, you start spinning around. You're not sure which way is up, which way is down, and you splash. I mean, head first into this muck stuff here. I need you to roll me a con save, please. Alright, as you land into the water, you realize immediately what's about to happen. You close your mouth really fast and don't breathe anything in. You stand back up and be able to wipe all the stuff off your face and hopefully avoid ingesting any of whatever might be in this muck down here. All right.
Well, that was fun.
So out of character, anyone else that shows up next week is with you guys. I'm just not going to roleplay them. It's like Curiel and whoever else. We'll figure out how to bring Moral's character somewhere along the line. So now it's just you three guys plus Indon. Indon's going to lead you guys for 3 or 4, what you're guessing is 3 or 4 more hours around more of these corridors. He seems to be like impatient, running out ahead, cautiously running out ahead, and checking all the ceilings and the side corridors and stuff. But you guys are able to relatively make it another 4 hours, so you get to the point where Indon's starting to look pretty fatigued at this point, and he asks you guys if you're about ready to maybe take a break for the night. Says you're not too far from a higher dry spot that he knows that's nearby here, and wants to know if you guys want to keep pressing on or if you want to try to take a rest in a spot he thinks is relatively safe.
You're the guide, Indon.
It's like, all right, well, it's not just too further up here. I'm pretty sure it should be a dry spot. It should be relatively spot. It's in the past. It was always like a halfway point for the Shadow Masters. There may even be, who knows, a few provisions in this spot if we're lucky. If we're unlucky, there could be some Shadow Master guys there. But I'll scout out ahead and make sure there's nothing there. If you guys are okay with that.
Do you want us to wait here?
He's like, yeah, just stay back a good 100 feet. He'll do that once he gets close, within about 100, 150 feet of it. He'll tell you guys, okay, wait right here. He'll hand the torch back to Tegan and tell you to stay back, around the bend so no one sees the light. And he said he'll move on ahead to make sure the coast is clear. You guys okay with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna shadow him a little bit. Make sure that he's on the up and up.
How are you going to shadow him?
When he takes off, I'm gonna go at half his speed and follow him half the distance.
And you know how far away you're going to stay from him.
How far is he gonna move?
He said it's like 100 to 150 feet out in front of you guys, further down the corridor.
50 to 75 feet, maybe 100 if it's 150.
You can't see that far in the dark, can you? I think your dark vision is 60
Well,
feet. That's why I was asking, because you're going to stay within eyesight of him.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stay probably within eyesight of him.
All right, so as he starts kind of making his way and he gets to the, right to the edge of your eyesight, you start following him. And are you being sneaky about this? Are you being pretty open about it? How are you going about this?
Sneaky.
You don't want him to know you're following him.
Correct.
Okay, roll me a stealth check, please. All right, so you head out, start following him when he gets to the edge of your eyesight, and you start kind of plodding through the muck and don't even realize you're still standing in, as you're walking, and Indon, you see Indon kind of turn around and look at you, and he kind of raises up his two hands and a, okay, what? Gesture. And he kind of just stands there with his hands on his hip.
Continue on.
He chuckles.
Indon kind of holds up one hand like he's trying to signal you to stay back and don't worry about it. I got it. You see him kind of turn around and start walking a few more steps, and he turns around and looks again to see if you're still following. Are you?
Yeah, I'll hold here for a minute.
All right, so he walks on a few more feet, and he'll get out of your vision of sight. You going to continue to follow on, or are you going to stay?
Follow on.
All right, so are you following? How are you following him at this point, since you can't see him? Are you trying to track him? Are you trying to listen? How are you trying to follow him?
Gonna try to move up to where I saw him last. See if I can't see where he went.
Like if you would have
Do it
waited
stealthily
when
again.
he walked off, you would have been outside of your vision. So unless you start to run after him, you're probably not going to be able to catch up with him. He's going to move at the same pace pretty much you are. I'm not trying to nerf you. I just want to make sure I understand how you're trying to track him once he gets out of your line of sight.
Yeah, it's fine because he's out of my eyesight now. But once he gets up a ways and wherever he's going, he's going to stop. At that point, I should be able to catch up to him.
All right, so you start heading back up the corridor. You still can't see him at this point, but you're going where you think he's going. And the corridor comes to a fork. One goes off kind of 45 to the left, one goes 45 to the right.
This is where I'll wait.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, so you wait right there by the corner. So we're doing theater of mind. I don't have a map for this one yet. At least I don't think I do. Hold on a second. Let me see if I got one here. Oh, yeah, here's one. I guess I could. We'll do theater of mind with this one. We don't need a map for this yet, I don't think. This depends on where you go with this. Okay, so you're waiting there at the fork. Several minutes go by. You need to give me a perception check, please. Okay. Actually, before you said that, which fork are you going to concentrate on looking down for him? On the left or on the right?
I'll actually just pull back and so I can monitor them both.
Okay. All right. So with the 15, you're not going to see anything by looking, taking a step back and seeing basically the entrances to the two forks there. But after several more minutes, you can faintly hear some footsteps coming back. Obviously, going up, you didn't hear much. He was being much more stealthy. Coming back, it seems to be kind of nonchalant. And he kind of comes around the corner, and he sees you right away and puts his hands on his hip. Says, "When are you going to start trusting me? I'm sorry your friend got killed. I'm doing my best I can, okay? But you got to trust me." Anyway, it's clear up there. Nobody's up there, so we can go back and get your friends, and we can make our way up there. It shouldn't be any issues.
All right, I'll just wait here for him.
All right, so I need to grab your icons. I'm gonna move them to a different section of this map, and then we'll go from there. So 1 second. Boy, this map is too damn big. All right, so for your reference, that's going to be to the left and down. Yeah, I just dropped you guys in place, so hopefully you guys see where you are now. Yeah, what is it, Tegan? Shift click to get everybody to see that?
Yes, shift your left mouse button.
Did that work?
My 20 seems frozen.
Everybody see my shift click over here?
Yeah, that moved it back until because I was already there.
All right, everybody got sight? That has sight?
Yeah, I'm good now.
All right, so here's this little area that Endon kind of brings you over to. So there's a couple of looks like leftover cots, maybe some bed rolls. Looks like some kind of a locker here. There's no lock on it, but some kind of little chest or something right there. And he informs you guys this is kind of like the halfway point for a lot of the people that take this trade route through the sewers to kind of bypass the taxes on the city of Injast. And he says this is probably as a safe spot that I can probably find in here. It's dry. You guys went up some stairs to go into this entrance area over here. You guys came from this corridor over here. That's where some stairs were coming up. Over in this corridor are more stairs going back down. And he said this part of the cavern is who knows what made it. It could have been miners, could have been something eons ago, but it's just a cavernous area that is like a halfway point, and it's dry. So he'll suggest that if we're going to kind of take a rest here, whether you guys want to take a short rest or a long rest, I'll leave it up to you guys. But he says regardless of that, probably wouldn't hurt to keep watch.
T, yeah, keep watch. I can take care of that problem.
So you're going to take first watch?
No, I'm going to take a nap.
Oh, okay, sorry. All right.
But Tiga's going to do something else.
All right. And Don will kind of look around and says, okay, guys, you want me to take the first watch?
No, and Don, you can sleep too.
And Don kind of looks at you funny and says, I don't like the way you said that.
It's okay, Endon. Trust me. I know what I'm doing. Then Tiga kind of sits down midway in there and starts making some ritualistic motions and begins the preparation to setting an alarm spell.
And Don will kind of look at you confusingly as you start, doing these gyrations with your hands, whatever else, and says, okay, whatever you say. All right, he wants me to sleep, Blackbard. Do you want to take the first watch?
I have faith in his abilities. I think I'll sleep too.
All right, Usul, that leaves you. Man, again, I don't have a problem doing it, but Tegan seems to think that I want to sleep instead.
I'll tell Endon to go ahead and take the first watch, and then can't hurt to have him there, even if we don't trust him. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing my meditation.
Meditation being like your trance?
Yeah. 4 hours so I can... 4 hours so I can... is a long rest for me.
Right. So, for the other guys, are you planning on doing a short rest or a long rest?
Once Tiga finishes casting a law, committing, so any of the party can move in and out, but nobody else can. Him and Storm are going to curl up in the corner and take a very long nap.
Are you going to explain to the party about what exactly it was you did?
Yeah, as everybody's starting to settle, I guess, once he finished, Tiga turns and says, now, nothing across this area. He gestures toward the entrance. If it does, we'll know. An alarm will sound loud enough to wake us all. So if you want to rest, rest. If you want to have dinner, have dinner. I'm going to bed.
All right. How long does that last?
8 hours. I put it in the chat over there.
Oh, okay. Sorry. All right. So at that, Endon looks relieved. He's like, oh, okay. That's why you want me to go to sleep. Now it makes sense. Before I was like, okay, he wants me to sleep, but no one wants to take watch. Okay. So at that, he'll kind of go and find whatever's left of a bedroll over here. And won't really find one to his liking. He'll pull one out of his backpack and he'll curl up there as well. So do me a favor. Draw a line as to where this alarm, I guess perimeter is, if you would, please.
Okay. It would actually extend 20 in a 20-foot cube, but that'd be the front of it right there.
Okay. All right, so we have reached the 2 hour and 45-minute mark. There's obviously something else that may happen here, but if we start that, we're going to go beyond the 3 hour mark. So if you guys are okay with it, I'd say this is probably a good stopping point at this point. Plus the fact we're down to 3, I'm probably going to have to modify any encounters that happen here pretty soon as well.
No, that's a good breaking place.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
All right, so Bachvar, just for your heads up, I don't think I've told you, we try to keep these sessions to 3, in between 3 and 4. 3 is what I try to maintain, but sometimes they do go 4 hours. But that's the time frame we try to keep them to. We got some guys here in the U.S. They're on East Coast time, which puts it to like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning if we go really late. So I try to help them out as much as I can. So.
No problem. I understand.
Right. So good session, guys. Sorry that Moral died. It was not my intention, but sometimes that happens. So he'll be rolling up a new character next week, and hopefully we'll get the other guys to join us again as well. Any questions? I guess Kale, before we sign out for the night.
Just about next week. Am I still going to be playing Bokbard, or if it just depends if whoever's back?
My intention is, now that we've got more time to kind of work together with your character and build a backstory that makes sense in this area, we can come up with the actual character for you. This is just because you guys contacted me on a Friday, and I don't like to go in unprepared with a new character that I'm not real familiar with. Yep, good time to stop because it looks like Usul Don just got a call. So yeah, you and I can work together on that during the week. Let me look at the calendar real quick and make sure. Next week is a maybe. I've got to verify what time our plans are Saturday morning. But I'll shoot you guys an email with confirmation whether it's going to be next week or...
User disconnected from your channel.
Sounds beautiful.
All right. So, you guys got any questions? Wish you guys a good night. Thanks for the session. And I'll upload the YouTube video probably tonight. The link will be in the campaign forum section, Kale. So, we can take it from there, and I'll talk to you guys in a week, maybe 2 weeks.
All right, thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Nice meeting you, Kale.
All right, good night, guys.
Night, Brian.
See ya.